Welcome to our channel. In this video, I'm going to look at somebody that's husband and wife. They're both 62 years old. They've been able to save up $850,000. They can save $1,000 a month till age 65. Their expected expenses will be $9,500 a month, and they expect to get Social Security at age 65 of $4,150 for a total for the both of them. So what we do is on this channel is we look at the returns for the last 100 years for the S&P 500 and simply run the numbers looking ahead, projecting ahead what you might have in the future. We like to include the depression years because we want to kind of look at a worst case scenario. So here we've actually got a spreadsheet that we've set up here. There's the 850,000. There's 1,000 a month going in. They're age 62. They want to work till age 65. These are their expected expenses, 9,500. The Social Security is going to grow to 4470. That 4150 they were going to get with a 2.5% COLA over the next 3 years, that will grow to 4470. So if we subtract 4470 from the expected expenses, they're going to need $5,030 from their nest egg. Now again, what we do is use the returns for the last 100 years for the S&P 500. And in the worst case scenario in the last 100 years, which would actually be 1929 numbers, you can see there was 4 down years and another down year, down 35 and so on. And we can see it holding true here. Worst case scenario, this is how much money they put in the next 3 years. They put 886,000 total in. And this is, if they had the worst run it possible, 1929 numbers, they'd be down to $355,000. And when they start taking out this 5,030 from that 355,000, they would be out of money in 9 years. Folks, this is the worst case scenario that's happened in the last 100 years. This is the second worst. They'd be out of money in 11 years. In that case, they'd have 361,000 when they put in 886,000. And the third worst is right here, 559,000. They're out of money in 12 years. The fourth worst is out of money in 13 years. But again, folks, this is 4 out of 100 years. Let's go ahead and see what the fifth worst would be. Now you're out of money in 16 years. The fifth worst. The sixth worst, meaning 94 times you wouldn't be better than this. You'd be out of money in 18 years. If you retire at age 65 and you get to age 83 before you're running out of money, this is just 6 times in the last 100 years that would have happened. Let's go to 7. Seventh worst, 19 years. And watch what happens when we hit the eighth worst. Now all of a sudden your money's lasting. So 7 out of the last 100 years, you would be out of money. Let's go back to 7 shown. You'd be out of money in 19 years, beginning at age 65. You'd be out of money at age 84. 7 out of the last 100 times. But once you look at the eighth worst, then you don't run out of money. So it's just those 7 times in the last 100 years that you'd run out of money. Those are basically during this time period right here where you're having a problem, and also a few years around here looking at those returns. That's when you would have a problem. But every other scenario, you would not run out of money. So how are they looking for retirement? Looks like 93% of the time they'd be just fine. Their money would not run out. There's just those 7 times. Again, we don't know what order these are going to come in. You can have some down years, consecutive down years. That's when you have the problem. They call that sequence of returns risk. When you have some initial down years at the very beginning, and we saw that's true using the 1929 numbers here, you're out of money really fast because you got hit with those 3 down years. And you can see there was 7 different times in the last 100 years you would be in a situation where you run out of money again in 19 years, which still would get you to age 84. 6 years, we're 6 times, and it's 18 years. But basically, you're going to be just fine unless we run into those depression type returns. But I just want to run the numbers for this individual, this couple, because that's what we do on this channel. We just love running numbers for people. We set up all kinds of different spreadsheets, show you all kinds of different variables. We look at each of these different financial concepts that you really need to get a handle on as you consider your retirement. And we run all kinds of different spreadsheets and all kinds of videos to look at each one of these. Be sure and check out some of the other videos that we've put out just to help you see. And it really helps to see what other people are doing too. really can encourage you and see that maybe you're not so far behind as other people are, as they might think. Again, past performance is no guarantee of future results, but we figure if it's been happening for 100 years, and in the worst case scenario, you're going to run out of money 6 out of the last 100 years, 8 after 18 years, that's a pretty good scenario with this kind of money. Again, please consider subscribing to this channel. Please like the video, and thanks so much for watching.